Hello again. Welcome to the last step of part 3 in a 3-part tutorial series on how to write a philosophy essay. This is also the last video of the 9-video complete series. Part 3 was dedicated to a detailed step-by-step guide to writing a philosophy essay and was more technical than parts 1 and 2, but we have left the most technical bits behind. Each of the lessons in part 3 covered one step of the step-by-step guide. While you could watch the lessons independently from one another, or in any order you wish to watch them, each assume that you have either watched the previous ones or have sufficient knowledge of the area they cover. In the previous lessons, we covered the first 5 steps of writing a philosophy essay. Reading the text carefully in order to identify the arguments, evaluating those arguments for validity of their structure and truth of their premises, planning the essay according to whether we agree with the thesis of the text or not, writing the first draft in 3 sections, and revising it at least once, but ideally more than once. The last stage of writing a philosophy paper, proofreading, is so important that if you run out of time to proofread before the deadline, you are better off accepting a late essay penalty and handing in your essay the next day, corrected, rather than handing it in its unproofread condition. There is no paper, even if written by a seasoned scholar, that does not contain many small to medium errors that make a large difference in the quality of the paper. Here are the things that you should proofread for. Doing so could save you from losing more than a couple of points. I'm only going to give you a list here. So, if there are items in the list you don't know how to do, you can learn about them from books, classes, or online lessons on writing in general, or from your college's writing center. So, you must proofread for spelling and punctuation, for grammar, for citations, both in-text and end-of-text references. Before you start to write the paper, find out what style of citation you must follow so that you don't have to do your citations over again at the proofreading stage. Proofread for the page numbers on your essay. Proofread for spacing as designated on your assignment sheet. Proofread also for margins and other formatting, also designated on your assignment sheet. And finally, proofread for identifying information, such as your name, name of class, name of assignment. Now you can hand in the essay. Well done. We have completed step 6, the last step of part 3 of this 3-part tutorial series. Part 3 of this series gave a detailed step-by-step guide to writing a philosophy essay. Parts 1 and 2 were also about writing a philosophy essay, but in the form of tips rather than a step-by-step process. If you are interested in watching them now or revisiting them, let me remind you that Part 1 gives you the most important tip for writing a philosophy essay, and Part 2 provides 13 essential tips for writing a good philosophy essay. Some are simple, some are a bit more technical. You might find Part 2 helpful if you don't like following a step-by-step guide and would rather make your own plan. Whether you have watched only Part 3 or the entire series of 9 videos, I hope you feel a little more comfortable about writing a philosophy essay or paper. If you feel confused, I would suggest that you rewatch the confusing parts or try videos by other teachers to see which suits your learning style best. That's what I do if I don't understand a video on a subject I'm not very familiar with.